Hello everyone, this is Miss Fei. Today I'm going to show you how can we use recycling materials to make a three-dimensional picture of a butterfly and flowers. For the supplies, you will need egg carton, cardboard, markers or watercolor or any kind of pen. If you have pen, you need some water and brushes. I have a big one and a small one here. A pair of scissors. To start, we are going to cut egg cartons into the shapes of the egg. To continue, we are going to cut the two edges on the left and right side first. Those two pieces will make a nice butterfly for your final work. The egg carton may be a little bit hard to cut. If you need help, feel free to ask your mom, your dad, or any adult at home. Then we are going to separate them into single ones. As you may see from my example, I only have 5 flowers, but you should have 8 those single shapes. At the end, you can do as many as 8 flowers if you want. Please be very careful when you're using scissors. After you have all the single shapes, we're going to clean up a little bit. Just cut all the extra pieces, make sure they look nice and tight. I have some color paper at home, so here I used some blue color paper for the sky and some straws. Based on the size of the cardboard you have, you're going to make a nice sky for almost half of the piece. So I fold here like a hamburger folding first, and then I made some kind of mountain shapes underneath. Then I use glue to put on the back of the paper and glue it on the cardboard. If you have blue pen, if you have watercolor or markers, feel free to color the sky if you want. Here I'm just trying to show you if you do not have any pen, color paper would work as well. Please remember, trying to use what you have at home. If you have blue napkins, blue tissue paper, all those would work for your sky as well. Now let's review how many shapes we have. We have 2 doubles to make the butterfly. We have 8 single ones, as you may see from here. I will only need 5 for my flowers. I have 3 extra ones. But you can do as many flowers as you like. 2 flowers, 3 flowers, up to 8 flowers. To start with the butterfly, if you are going to use pen, here's an optional steps for you. If your egg carton is really dark brown or gray, you may need a layer of white to go underneath. So when you pin over on top of the white, you will have the color you like. But this step is totally optional. You can just pin over with the color, as you may see I will do for my second half of the butterfly. For the option you're going to use pen, I show you 3 colors here, red, yellow, and blue. Those 3 colors are the primary colors. You can make 3 secondary colors from those colors: orange, green, and purple. So here, my first half of butterfly will be orange. I mixed yellow and red together. Now I will use the color green, so I mixed blue and yellow together. You will need a little bit extra yellow to mix with blue because yellow is kind of light compared to blue. It's not as strong as the color blue, so just make sure a little bit more yellow than the blue to mix for a nice green. Now I'm working on the right hand side of the butterfly. I want to make sure the color match each other. So the bottom of the right hand side will be green as well, and the top will be orange. In this case, I also saved the pen. I just used the same colors. When you finish both sides of the butterfly, please leave it on the side until it dried. Now we are going to try to use watercolor to make this work. If you have watercolor at home, just going to follow this method. You can choose any color you like. If you have white watercolor in your palette, you can do a layer of white first and then do the other watercolor. When I use my watercolor, I always do a layer of water on top that the color gets soaked into the water. It just works better with the watercolor afterwards. So for each flower, you may think about a design and how many colors you will need. 1 color, 3 colors, even 5 colors. Be creative. Now I will show you how you can use markers. To be honest with you, I think markers might be the easiest one because you don't have to wait until they dried. After you finish with marker, you can just reuse them and glue them on the paper. So I personally like the marker method the most, but it really depends on what you have at home. All 3 methods would work for this work. And also please remember, you do not have to try all 3 of them. If you want to, that's fine. Otherwise, one method would work for all the flowers and the butterfly. Now, to not waste the pen, I'm just going to use the leftover pen to finish all my flowers. For the next flower, I want to use the color pink. How to mix pink? You need a little bit of red and lots of white. White is just like the color yellow. It's a not very strong color. You need lots of them when you mix with certain colors. So if you're going to mix light pink, light purple, light blue, you always need lots of white than the other color. Here I'm trying to mix some light purple. To make the color purple itself, you need red and blue. You can have equal amount of red and blue since they're both very strong colors. And then you will need lots of white to make a nice light purple if you want to do light purple like me. Now I'm trying to make light blue. A lot of white, a tiny bit of blue. Now I have all my 5 flowers ready. Just going to do quick final touch, then I'm done with all the flowers. Now we are going to need some straws for the antennas and the stems. The antennas is for the butterfly, the stems is for the flower. If you do not have straw at home, you can use paper cleaners, you can use toothpicks, any kind of straight sticks would work. As you may see, I cut the straw in half, and each half will be one part of antennas. And then I put some glue on the back and glue it on the paper. A quick tip for gluing. After you put the object on the paper, trying to use your hands to press a little bit, hold for up to 5 seconds, let it stay on the paper for a little bit before you move on to next object. I'm going to use the same glue to glue the butterfly. Make sure you put a little bit extra glue for the egg carton at this time. Because of the size of the cardboard, I can only do 5 flowers. Here, I'm trying to measure how many flowers I could fit. Now is another optional step. If you have some cotton balls at home, you can glue some cotton balls in the sky to be the clouds. Now I'm working on the stem for the flower. Just going to cut the straw into different pieces. I want all my flowers have different heights, so I cut some of them long, some of them short. Here we are going to glue all the stems first, flowers last. Make sure you remember this step. Glue all the stems first, and then the flower. Here, you also need some extra glue for each flower. Now, I'm adding more design and patterns on my butterflies and my flowers. That's it everyone. Thanks for watching. Nice job today. See you next time.